Yo, this your boy T.U.C.K, man, from the Tuck Project, and we on S.T.A.R.V.E Talk. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Halim. We are back with another exclusive episode of S.T.A.R.V.E Talk. Yes, they're all exclusive. We make sure that they're exclusive. We're not trying to have nothing that's subpar. Everything is super exclusive. This was not just super exclusive, but it's also special. I got my brother on here right now, all the way from the other side of the country, in the Met, chilling, or wherever he at in the South, because he's just not in the Met, but he could be anywhere in the South. Listen, man, this brother is just as special as the ladies that we have on here. You know, I've seen this brother for a long time before we were even thinking about being professionals at doing anything.
Exactly, man.
You know, but just being grateful, being grateful that we young black men that, you know, still able to do some things for our families and we was able to do some things positively. If you follow my journey, I had my show in the studio with Jay Halim, where I focus on entrepreneurs and people who was moving and shaking. And of course, he fit the profile for that. But we all know what S.T.A.R.V.E Talk means: stand tall and reclaim victory every day. And he is definitely someone who lives this mantra, lives this motto in his life. I'm talking about none other than my brother Terrance Tucker, T.U.C.K Project. Thank you, brother.
Oh, man, what's up, man? My God, man, listen.
I got to give you the crowd. I got to get in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you so much for giving me some time, man. We need people like you, man. I just want to tell you publicly, thank you for doing what you're doing, man. You know, if nobody's telling you, I'm watching. You know, we were right there doing it arm in arm.
Facts.
You know, even though I moved away, but I'm still watching you still carry the torch and do what you do for especially for our young brothers, man. And you're a hell of an example yourself. You know, how you been doing, man?
Man, I've been blessed, man. You know, I got a little boy now.
Yes. We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about the king, the young king.
He's been running my life. He is now my bully. So, but I've been loving it, man. Still working, man, still grinding. You know what I'm saying? One day at a time. Trying to change these young men's lives out here. And trying my best to take care of my family, of course. You know what I'm saying? And just, be a productive citizen, man.
Yeah, man. You definitely doing that. You know, when I first, I saw what you was doing, we talked about this years ago because I had got into the speaking situation after the fact, and you guys gave me opportunities to say, hey, you got something to say. Man, it was so impactful because I didn't know these young brothers wanted to listen to us. Look, man, we going on the corners. It's like, if you ain't got a pack for me, you ain't got to give me, I don't want to hear it. But the question is, what changed from when you first started to now, where you are now with far as helping out the brothers? What are you seeing different in them?
Man, you gotta speak their language.
Amen.
You got their language, man. You gotta meet them where they at, because a lot of cats, man, you may be successful at something, right? But you don't know how to, let's say, communicate that well. Like it's almost like, Michael Jordan, right? Phenomenal player, right? Football, but he can't coach the sport.
Can't do nothing. They can't do nothing as an executive.
Can't do nothing. You got to know how to convey your message, right? To a point to where these young men can relate to whatever you're trying to actually feed them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes, man, we as men sometimes get so caught up, with our success that we forget that we were young and dumb.
Yeah.
So just my goal now is to make sure that, when I work with these young men, that I meet these young men, that one, they understand that I care about them first.
Yeah.
Right.
Love that.
Then my second thing is to try to build a rapport, because we where we from, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we all know where you from, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really trust people out here.
You're absolutely right.
So a lot of cats will try to feed off you, man, or use and abuse you.
Yep.
So most cats, man, coming where we come from, they ain't really trying to hear what you're saying when they know that you don't care about it.
Yes.
I mean, because let me come, Jay, we got, man, we had 12, 13-year-old guys, man, living grown man lives around there.
Yeah.
Right? So you was around Benedict College, man. You saw, what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I think that sometimes we have to make sure, that, like, when I first started, my thing was just to be, be there to actually, start my brand.
Yeah.
Right. My brand, push my narrative, what I'm saying? Show people, that we can be impactful, right? Yeah. Build relationships, what I'm saying? But then you start learning some things while you're in the business.
Yeah.
Start meeting some people. Then you start seeing some stuff.
Yeah.
You start seeing that everybody ain't really who they say they are. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
the Passion Collection played out this way.
you lose the googly eyes, Jay.
Yeah.
Right? So then you really start looking at this thing like, I ain't messing with some of y'all no more, because y'all ain't what I'm about.
Mm-mm.
And my goal is to see these young men prosper.
Yeah.
Not for me to prosper, because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? My bills paid, my son taken care of, you know what I'm saying? My mom and dad are gone, of course, but my family is good, right? So my life, I'm 42 years old. You see what I'm saying? So where I've been, where I've gone, brother, I'm solid. Yeah. Now, my goal is to make sure that these young men who were told the exact same thing that I was told when I was growing up, that I wasn't going to be nothing, to make sure that that's not true. Yeah. To, change their narrative, to change their perception on what life really is for a Black man living in America.
Man, you said so much. That was so, oh my God. People, one of the things stuck out, cause people not being who they say they are.
That's tough right there, Jay.
Oh my God. And then not being able to trust. I've been documented. There's a young lady, we got a part 2. She's interviewing me. Ended up, she was a coaching. I was coaching her with her business. And she started a podcast and she really wanted to interview me. And she didn't know what my background and where I came from. And when I told her that I found it very hard moving in this space because I didn't trust people since I left the street.
Right.
That threw her off because she said, why would somebody be trusting people in the street? I said, it's hard for us to touch our babies because they seeing somebody who would rob, steal, and kill for and with them. Mm-hmm. Asking them to change away from that, and we're not willing to put it on the line for them.
Exactly.
So when you said, I'm good, it's my job to make sure they good. Mm-hmm. You're not doing it for you. Mm-mm. You're not doing it for you. And that's the part that I don't see why other people don't get when they get into this situation. This is not for me. You said that you were doing this for somebody else.
Yeah, bro, I'm old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The clothes I'm wear, like, my feet ain't growing no more.
Yeah.
My head bigger, my stomach make it a little bigger every now and then, right? But nothing is going to change with me, you know what I'm saying? But my age, right? I'm not chasing women or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not chasing stardom. You know what I'm saying? But I'm chasing the opportunity to change these young men's lives.
Yeah.
And that's not always sexy to some people. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You know what I mean? But I don't care. That's the thing right there that, some people have to realize is, what do you care about?
Yep.
Right. So what I care about is the opportunity to, assist or lead, right? Spearhead things where we can, form a plan to help these young men. Yeah. That's what I care about. Now, do I care about getting the awards, the highlights and all that stuff. Nah, because I ain't gonna do nothing with them, but just sit on my doggone counter. Like they by my sink or something. You know what I'm saying?
You giving out awards now, so that don't even matter. You done got to the point where you giving away.
That's what I'm saying. Like my goal is to make sure that 10 years from now, you know what I'm saying, we have produced young men who not only can run this community, but can actually run this whole state. Not just by, you know, some political, but the next business owner.
Yeah.
And like whatever, you know, whatever dreams and goals you have, you can start your own business. Here's how. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to go to college. Here's how. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to the military, right? And then have the military pay for your school. Here's how.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be the first person within your family to go to college. Well, here's how.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you want to not go to jail. Here's how. Right.
Most definitely.
So we just try to make sure we give a blueprint to these young men simply because they already have a blueprint that's designed for them to fail.
Got that right.
Right. So we just trying to, you know, change gears, you know, change mindsets. But not only that, man, change your heart. You know what I'm saying? Change hearts because you have so many young men out here who have a heavy heart day to day because they don't have men like you in their life. Wow. Your son is expected to have you.
Yeah.
Right? So think about a young man who comes home to nothing.
Yeah.
You right? So we want to make sure that we can find ways to remove that anger from their heart, first of all.
Yeah.
And then find a way for them to learn, you know, what emotional intelligence is, right? Because that's right there, that within itself can really save lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time that, you know, sometimes you don't know what you can be when you don't see it.
Got that right.
You know what I mean?
T.D. said that. You got to show them. You got to show them their eyes. They got to see it with their eyes, man. You got to see it with their eyes.
You got to show them. And one of the most painful experiences that I had when I was a kid was when my guidance counselor told me and my mother my 9th grade year that I was not college material.
Mm.
When she told me and my mother that, she said because you have a real severe speech impediment, so you're going to be very limited with what you can do in life. And the mistake that I made was believing her.
Yep.
My mom didn't believe her, but I believed her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All my kids that your biggest mistake will be not learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I had to kind of, you know, forgive her because she was a part of my pain for many years. For many years. Because I went through life really thinking that, you know, that I was not enough. Like, man, you can't do but so much, man. You can't get a job that's gonna require you to actually speak or do stuff like that because people gonna laugh at you.
Boy, look at you now.
You know what I'm saying? But I had to heal from that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that took time. But that also took, you know, me stepping out my comfort zone and me finding out what self-love really is. Yeah. So with me finding that out, now let me show these young men how to do it.
You know, everybody who I talk to that's on the right path about helping always have their own testimony, and they're dead set against letting the next generation go through what they went through.
Right.
Talk about that, because I mean, we still have, we're in the generation, we both the same age. So we have people that's like, oh, my daughter got to get out at 18. My son got to get out at 18 and they got to do this. Like, I just don't get it. Like, my kid can't go through what I went through. I don't care. I hear them talking to garbage about, oh, you're going to make them weak. No, I'm not going to make them weak if my child don't grow up with roaches and rats in the house like I did. My child's not going to have to fight over food like I did. My child's going to have drug addicts in his household, his household like I did. That's not making them weak. That's giving them a better situation. What about that, man? The people that saying like, oh, I went through hell, so you got to go through it too.
Nah, nah. My child's not gonna go through hell. Here, you know what I'm saying? Now, will I push them? Yes.
Yeah.
Will I will I inform them of the challenges and the the manhood that's going to be needed for you to actually get through these situations? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because no matter where you come from, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much money you don't have, you're gonna have to persevere through something.
Yeah.
Through something in life, period, big or small. But with me, my thing was always, I just knew how impactful my area was when you talk about men not going to college.
Yeah.
Like, my guy Patrick Patterson, man, Jamie Patterson, all
yep.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were like my Wizard of Oz because they made it out, but they left a doggone yellow brick road for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they just said, listen, you're going to go through the jungle now, right? But you just stick on this, you stick with this little yellow road right here, man. You got it.
Yeah,
right?
Because you ain't had to build the road, though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't had to build the road. And that's what they trying to make these babies go through. Like, I'm like, damn, man, they going to have their own problems. Like, we don't know about no damn AI, so they don't have to fix that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they don't, but a lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying, no fault of their own, but they're entitled.
Yeah, you're right.
And they don't want to work for nothing.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to feel pain. They don't want to, that's why you got so many of them hitting little girls and fighting and killing folk because they don't know how to deal with certain
Yeah. That's that emotional intelligence you talking about.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, whenever they're in class, and teachers tell them, listen, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. They can snap back at the teacher because there's no ramifications back home. You see what I'm saying? When I got home,
it was a problem.
It was a dude 6'5" waiting on me.
Different story, right?
You know what I'm saying? With a hammer. You feel me? So a lot of cats don't, or be real with you, we had a community.
Yes, because the teacher could have got you.
That you had to get through first to even get home. So you probably got tapped by like 5 different people first.
Exactly.
Prior to even getting to the house.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's not like that no more, right?
Yeah.
You don't have mamas. None of that. You see what I'm saying? So these kids are pretty much, social media is raising these kids.
Yeah.
And I think that if we as men, don't take the life lessons that we've had, right? Of course, we didn't grow up with social media. All right, you got us on that one, right? Most of us didn't grow up with our cell phones, right?
Got that right.
You got us on that one, right? Laptops, we didn't have laptops. We didn't have games, YouTube, we didn't have none of that stuff, right? Yep. You had to actually know the person you was affiliated with.
Exactly. Hey, God forbid, right? You actually know the person, you met them, you shook their hand, you been in their house or something.
Right, like you was at Benedict, you actually had to know the guys you was cool with.
Yeah, man. So God forbid, man. Like,
I said, that's my Facebook homeboy. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is crazy. So kids nowadays, live their lives vicariously through social media. So there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know nothing about, right? But I just feel like if we as men can still use those principles that we learned through our trials and tribulations to just give them to them and say, here's how you did, because no matter what, it all comes back to manhood.
Yeah.
Gotta find a way to, work through these situations, because not all men will go to college. Not all men are going to go to the military. Not all men are going to start their own business, right? You may want to get a job and just be good at that job.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that.
But that's fine. That's fine. My goal is to make sure that we decrease the men going, the young men going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Decrease young men going into the funeral homes.
Yep.
My
Definitely.
job. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say to the people who are now attacking manhood and trying to say that it's some toxic masculinity and all that garbage? To me, is garbage.
Man, people. I mean, it's just like having a butthole, man. Like
everybody got one.
Yeah, everybody got one, man. Like you can't, you know, you can't satisfy everybody.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And social media, and podcasts and stuff like that sometimes gives the worst people voices. Because they throw out these whack ass narratives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excuse my.
Now you good. You good.
Whack that can really penetrate, a weak person's mind.
Yeah.
And if you're throwing out that kind of information, man, now you got men who don't know how to hold doors for their woman, or who don't know how to be respectful to let's say to the elders.
Yeah.
Around. You know what I'm saying? You just young men nowadays, you tell them to pull their pants up, bro, they're looking at you like you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell them, yo, man, take out the trash, right? Go do this, right? Go walk to the store for your mother or do anything like that. Some of them looking like, nah, you do it. Bro, that used to be a badge of honor for me.
Who you telling? Still is.
I'm gonna take that $5 and get, whatever change you got left.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But that was just stuff that I had wanted to do. My dad didn't have to tell me 3 times to cut the grass because of my respect for him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I just, I know that every man won't have a dad in his life, right? Yeah. But I just feel like, we have to make sure that young men, because see, nowadays young women are paying for it.
Yeah.
Because see, you can look at a guy now, the guy on TikTok, he on social media, he on social media looking real good, real handsome. He dressing fly, right? Nice, just looking good, right? Then you get, and then you really get to actually know dog, right? You find a dog a real loser.
Mm-hmm.
Because the dog don't really know what manhood looks like because dog wasn't never around manhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dog don't know to pay the bulk of the bills. You know what I'm saying? Or to take the trash out, or to do this or do that, or put gas in the car every now and then, right? Show a woman love, right? Or just do manly things, right? Be the protector.
Yeah.
Right? Dog just know the hitter.
Yeah.
Whenever he feel that she cheating or she about to dip out or something, you know what I'm saying?
Put his hands on her.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the culture that we're living in nowadays celebrates foolishness.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we as men, no matter how tall that doggone mountain is, we still got to do our due diligence. We still have to meet these young men where they're at to help some of them, because some of them will get it.
Yeah, they will.
I mean, some of them will get it, and they're going to be the next ones to change the laws, change the rules. You know what I'm saying? Set the standard. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go home. We can go home at night. You know what I'm saying? 60, 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? Not worrying about folk. Breaking into our houses because we raised the cops.
Yeah. Oh man.
Firefighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we raised the bankers. We actually raised the coaches. Go ahead.
Why they no. You just made me think, like, why do they feel like these aren't good jobs? Like, I remember there's one thing. We took some brothers from church to This is back when Fruitvale Station came out. We took
Yeah.
to see that movie, young boys. And we are going into Zaxby's with them to get them something to eat afterwards. And a gang of firefighters came in there. And Aaron Bishop. Bishop said, hey, man, y'all tell them brothers something. You know what I mean? We got these boys out here. We going to go see a game. I mean, coming from seeing the movie. One of the brothers said, and it was a brother too, and don't be no firefighter. I jumped dead on him, man. I said, why would you tell him that, dude? I said, nothing wrong with that job. I said, what are you talking about? And so it just hit me when you said those jobs. You said the police, you said the firefighter, you said the coach, all these important positions in our community.
Yeah.
Way more important than the president. They think that, like these positions, why is it that we're telling our boys that's not a good idea?
Foolishness, man. I mean, I just think that they're not sexy jobs, man. They're not the rappers or the producers or the ball players or you don't see that stuff on TikTok, right? Right? When a guy graduates from the police academy, right? He posted on social media and make it 100 likes.
Yeah.
Right. So a guy graduates from, firefighter school, whatever they call it, right? No respect to that. But make it 150 likes or something, right? Woohoo, right? A woohoo, what I'm saying? Congratulations, right? But a guy get released from jail. That shit got 1,000 likes.
Hey, man.
My boy
on TikTok. I just put that on TikTok, man. I said we got to stop celebrating losers. No, they're serious, because if you did it and you got locked up, you lost. We're not celebrating that.
Nah, you took a mean hell.
Yeah, like we can't keep lying and saying that this person won because they got caught doing 30 years, 20 years.
Right.
I don't want you to go to jail, but you lost. You played the game and you lost. It's 100 other people that probably didn't go to jail. They're productive citizens. They done found something new to do with their life and moved. But nobody's supporting. Nobody putting them on the T-shirt. You only get the T-shirt until you die. You die. You got killed. You lost.
Right.
In that game. So we celebrating the losers. We're not celebrating the winners
at all.
So bro, I don't get that.
Bro, it's a couple cats, man. It's a couple cats, man, that I know, not really big on social media, you know what I mean? But they got good jobs, man, married, you know what I mean? Phenomenal kids, man, nice homes, man, front backyards, cars, all that stuff, man, living well manicured neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
They may post a picture of just whatever, and that shit might get 5 likes.
Yeah.
Right? Well, they got 2 cars, man, a nice home, you know what I mean? Take care of their family. Like that's reality.
Yeah.
We live in a culture now that doesn't celebrate reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's real don't count. What's real don't matter.
Highlights. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want a top 10 highlight. You know what I'm saying?
It's scary.
Right. So young men, if you take him somewhere, if you take him, you know what I'm saying, if you take him to the fire department, or better yet, you take them to the doggone police department and you tell them, listen, man, you can get a good job, make this kind of money, a pension, and all this stuff right here. You can live good, right? Number one thing they're gonna say, I don't want to be no snitch, man. I ain't messing with the 12s. You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with the pigs, right? And then they may say, well, man, you only making about $40,000, right? Right, starting out. You know what I'm saying? Young Dolph made that in a day. You ain't Young Dolph.
To keep it plain, right? To keep it plain.
Bro, you ain't Young Dolph.
But that's the lottery ticket. And I say that all the time. I tell them all the time, like, this is the thing that I'm working on my next book, and it's what it's going to be called. And the philosophy is that when you play the lottery, we know that only one person for the most part going to win.
Right.
But millions and millions are going to play.
Right.
Knowing that they're not going to win. I mean, even to this day, we understand that it's not even a chance in each store that you play in. It's one store out of the whole damn country in the one state, and everybody will still play. That people would get together. They would get office pools. They would do everything. They would organize more than they ever organized before.
Right.
For the one lottery ticket.
One.
And it translates to, think about, now you said young Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
How many young Dolphs is it? It's only one.
It's only, and he dead.
And he dead. And so you got, because he made it,
mm-hmm.
It's going to be a million people try to be that, as opposed to other things that they can be. Because Jay-Z made it. It's a million of us who tried to be Jay-Z when they could have been them. Because, Eminem, like, we always going after the lottery ticket.
Exactly.
As opposed to the sure thing.
Exactly. The sure thing.
And that's the scariest thing.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? What you was born to do, right? A lot of cats ran from what they was born to do. They still run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You find that out in your teens. You know what you're supposed to be doing in your teenage years. You doing something, and then people like you went with your guidance counselor,
right?
Something, or some people, parents would even put that on them and say, "Hey, man, you're gonna get a real job,"
Right.
And sometimes I would rather do the research and see how I can. My daughter said she wanted to be a teacher. Now my daughter got 2 books. Sold thousands of copies. She sold more copies than me,
Wow.
But she wants to be a teacher, right? I can't tell. I'm saying, okay, well, teaching straight up, you're not going to make much money, but this is the other alternatives you can do with teaching to get you where you need to get to, and I'll invest in it to make sure that you're good. All right, boom. So we still working that plan, because if all she want to do is be around these kids, she need to be happy first, money second.
Happy matters, man.
Yes.
Happy matters. Peace matters, dog. Like, it's priceless.
Yeah, man. When we get to this age that we are now, we start to understand that shit, man. Right. Like, older folks used to tell us that, and we didn't want to hear it.
Hey, listen, you bugging, you tripping, you old. You don't know what you're talking about.
Boy, man, to be able to put a smile on your face and easily, without trying to put it on there, like you not putting on a brave face, it just coming naturally.
It come natural, man.
Boy, like, that's something different. That's, man.
That is an amazing feeling, bro.
Man, speaking of which, change gears real fast. We all came out of this pandemic.
Yeah.
You went through the pandemic different than a lot of people. I know another brother who had, and I'm gonna talk with him too, but had a similar story as you. I was there. I got the phone call from Tamika, and she said that Tuck lost his dad. And immediately, like, damn, that's he taking the L. Let's go ahead and make sure he gets something. Send the condolences. The same thing everybody do.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate that too, dog.
And no doubt, man, no doubt. But then, not too long after that, get another call. Did you hear? Tuck took another L.
Yeah.
He lost his mom. At this point, I don't know what to say at this point.
Hey, we ain't know what to say.
Because, you get to a point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real weird at that time. Just one situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, but for me, you never stopped serving. What was that about, man? You know what I mean? Because that's what I paid attention to. I was like, that's the time when everybody would have been okay. If you would have been still with your feet up right now, like I'm chilling, everybody will understand.
Right.
But you never stopped serving. You actually went harder.
Oh yeah. Because I knew I wasn't doing it for me no more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never really doing it for me, but I mean by what, when I say it like that, man, it's all about, for years, you live your life, when you become a grown man and you start like those life lessons that your parents may have been trying, let's say, to instill in you, you will start seeing that stuff coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And you got a newfound respect for them because you've seen what they went through. Like, they went through, man, civil rights and all that. You know what I'm saying?
In the South.
You know what I'm saying? Like being told, no, you can't see it because you black type vibe. You know what I'm saying? But yet they still found ways to make sure that we had what we needed. So I always had a different level of respect for them. Right. And then to be a married couple for 60 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different level of commitment, right?
Who you telling? That's powerful, man.
That's, you know what I'm saying? So I was raised with some phenomenal, hardworking, man, dope, man, God-fearing people. So I was one of those cats, man. My dad was a reverend, you know. But when my pops took a chance on life because my family's from Orangeburg. And when my dad, you know, when I was born, my dad moved the family with man, you know, literally no money, moved to Columbia, and we stayed in Saxon Homes. And he had got a job working for the post office. But he started doing so well that he kept getting these little promotions. Right? And then my mama started working real hard. So they were able to kind of get a little house, right, later on. But just me seeing them jokers, man, grind, man, day in and day out, never complaining. My dad never called in sick. My mom never called in sick. Like, they always just, you know what I'm saying, went to work, man, and grind. You know what I'm saying? Never made excuses, but they also never allowed us to make excuses. My dad cared about my speech impediment. He would not let me, you know what I'm saying, use that. Like, my dad was hard on me for that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna be no handicapped kid out here, son. You know what I'm saying? So there were times where me and him beefed about it because my mindset was, man, you being hard on me. When his mindset was, nah, but I love you. That's why I'm being hard on you, because I don't want nobody to manage you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to get out here and fight more than the average person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So by me going through all that, man, with them, you know, by me persevering through life, you know, by me going to college, you know, getting a college degree, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like that, man, getting a master's degree, working for the federal government, by them seeing all that coming to fruition, knowing what they were told about me, it made me respect them more. Now, here's what happened, because they became my wife.
Yeah.
For many years. So when they left, well, I ain't have a wife for a minute. You know, I was thinking like, well, can I go next? You see what I'm saying? Because my whole reason for the Tuck Project was because there were, you know, so many kids who were being told what I was being told, and that was just me paying my parents back for how much, dedication that they gave me, right? Like, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, you leave this earth no time soon, but imagine you leave this earth, imagine how your kids would feel, bro.
Yeah.
So imagine being a grown man, right, feeling like you're a 10-year-old now, because your doggone parents, the sole people you come home, you cook for, you check on, right, you help bathe them. You know what I'm saying? You got to change Pampers sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doctor's appointment. You know, you got to fuss at them. Right? You know what I'm saying? About their medicine. They're now gone.
Yeah.
So your sole purpose for just many years has left. So that right there that's when I had to really lean on my faith.
Yeah.
And people say, man, why you didn't stop? Because I always tell people, because my dad wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
My dad, father died. My pops kept preaching. Kept moving. I'm saying? It was never just, never excuse. My dad had the flu, never called out of work.
Yeah.
Put it out. You know what I'm saying? Just, just keep moving. And that was just my mentality. Now, what I had to realize was that I was hurting.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bleed on nobody else.
Yeah. Wow.
So I became selfish to the point where I had to spend a lot of time by myself. I didn't want nobody else to feel how I was feeling because sometimes when you're feeling some kind of way, that feeling can come off negatively.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure, because you got so many loved ones, man, supporters, and friends. You don't want to rub nobody the wrong way who has been there for you.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of take a step back, not from my business, but just from a personal standpoint, so I can make sure that I'm good, so me and you can still be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you showing up to the funeral, the house, you calling, you texting, you sending stuff. That's all love.
Yeah.
So now, let me get myself together. So my goal is to, match your energy. You see what I'm saying? So I got to make sure that I'm good, because right now, bro, I'm destroyed. Like, you put my mama in a hospital room for 3 weeks with no visitors. My mom died by herself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's tough to live with. You see what I'm saying? My mom was a woman who did so much for the community, man. She always volunteered, help, gave to the homeless. Like, she loved service. So my thought process was, no woman like that should die by herself like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I had a lot of questions. But like I said, one thing that I had to lean on was that word. You know what I mean? And I had to make sure that I, lean on my family, those who actually really care about you. Not people who call you family. You know what I'm saying? But those who really are family to you. I mean, which won't always be blood.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Always be blood. But that me going through that process, man, really showed me who I can lean on, who you can lean on, depend on. But it showed me how strong I really was.
Yeah.
But it also showed me how real life is, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah.
You got to really take this thing serious out here, man. And
you a special brother, man. I saw it, man, I was just like, and I'll be perfectly transparent. I my parents are alive, but I don't have parents like that. I have a different relationship with my parents. I love them.
Yeah.
But when I live vicariously through people like yourself, when I see those relationships that I've always prayed for, and my job is to give it to my kids the way that I always wanted it. And so all I can say is, like, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Watching. And you only understand how strong you making me. Even now in this conversation, because we gotta find a why. And sometimes nobody around us got the answer.
Nobody.
like you got they asking you a question. You sitting like, I need somebody to tell me how the hell to do this right now.
Bro, it was times, man, Jay, man, schools were calling me, asking me for help, principals and everybody, mentees and family members, what were asking me for help. Man, you calling me when I just finished crying. You see what I'm saying, bro? I'm asking the phone, wiping away tears from my eyes, like, oh, no, you good, you good, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta, get these emotions out of me, man.
Yeah.
It's killing me. You know what I'm saying? So I think letting the emotions out you know, sometimes people don't realize that you're human.
Yeah.
And and stuff like, you know, you ain't going through no punch in the arm.
Nah, not
You know,
even a little bit.
like you're going through something that can rock your soul, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know, and we still processing it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sister still going through some stuff because, you know, you know, that stuff never leaves you. But what I can say is what I have learned to focus on is the positives.
Yeah.
And that helps me out, man. Just the positives, the lessons that I learned. You know what I'm saying? When you know, now when I give speeches, you know, I make sure that I reference my parents.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to keep their legacy going. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes, man, people don't realize, you know, how valuable a person is, you know what I mean, until they're gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that my son coming into my life really, really, you know, really slowed things down for me.
Yeah.
You know, because it kind of stopped some of my running.
Man, you
Like,
smile so hard when you have him.
oh man.
Oh my God. And I was transitioning into that, you know what I mean? But cause I'm a dad, man, and I got a son. It's just a different feeling, man. Like,
Oh man.
it's a
Hey,
different feeling, man.
bro, I've never been in love like that.
Oh my God. Yeah,
And
man. Like,
you don't really, you don't really know what love is, man, until you have a kid almost, dog.
you right.
I mean, in
You
my
right.
opinion, you
No,
know what I
you're
mean?
absolutely right.
Wrong. You know, but to look at something that you will absolutely die for with no problem.
No problems. No questions.
With no, with
No
no
questions about it, man.
go
And
ahead.
it's tough.
Oh,
And just wait, because now mine is 10 and
mm-hmm.
playing basketball. And
Wow.
now is in the thing of, and I just put videos out of us in the gym yesterday. Now I'm beating up on them.
Yeah.
And you got it. You know how much you love them,
Right.
but you know you making a man out of them. But at the
Gotta
same,
be.
it's hurting you
You
to
gotta
hurt
be alive.
them. Oh
Right.
my God, let me tell you.
Yeah. My dad. See, my dad. You know, my dad. He had a funny way of communicating. Like, my dad was a preacher for 30 years. Right. My dad had his own church. Um. My dad got his church when I was like 10 years old, and my dad could talk to to a whole congregation of people easily. But my dad found it hard talking to me about feelings.
Oh my God.
So my dad would tell my mom what to say, you know what I'm saying, to me. You know, when it came down to, you know what I'm saying, feelings now, like, hey, why that boy ain't called me today? You
Mm-hmm.
know, or, you know, let him know I miss him. Now, he wouldn't tell me that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
That
her to tell me.
generation, man. That generation.
Crazy, right?
That generation, man.
But, you know what I'm saying? So now what I do, you know, just my sole focus is to tell my son as much as possible.
Oh my God.
Love,
Yes.
as much as possible. Like, there's no middleman with this. You hearing it from the horse's mouth. I love you day in and day out. I'm gonna kiss. I'm gonna do everything I can. So when so when I'm not here one day, you will know that I really genuinely loved you. Not just by just me paying for your dentist appointments, or me buying you jewelry, or me buying you whatever shirt you want, but just by my presence, but by my affection. My dad
Yeah.
wasn't a guy.
Yeah. They not like that. That generation, nah.
Yeah, young
Not even a
man,
little bit.
right. But that affected me also because it was hard for me to be affectionate with people.
Yep. Yeah, no, you absolutely right. We look,
Yeah.
man. I'm with you. That it's the same situation, and it's different. You was at my event, and I'm sitting there. I said, when we turned 40, man, them tears started coming out of nowhere. I was like, where the hell did that come from?
You right though. Like you can get
like, what the hell,
bro? You can just be driving and just become
damn music's wrong song. Come on, you like what the hell?
Not coming out. You're like, yo, what the hell's wrong with me, yo?
Because it's been so bottled up.
Yeah.
Generation raised us like that.
Yeah.
Saying it's like it wasn't no emotion. And my grandmother, oh my God, my mom, like I can't. My dad told me, we was talking before I left South Carolina. He was like, man, I said, yeah, me and mom got to work some things out. No, she never said this, she never said that shit. He said, son, she never will.
Right.
You got to deal with that. Because
wow.
she's not going to do it.
Right.
And it's like, damn, like,
yeah. But it's reality though.
Yeah, man. He's like, she's not. She's not going to say anything about that. She's not going to apologize for it. Mm-hmm. And he just looked at me, gave me this, and I'm sitting there like, there it is. So that's a tough nut to crack. But yeah, when you had that child, man, and I believe, because I'm being a believer, that it was right on time for your son to come.
I needed it, bro. I needed it. Like,
oh my God, like
that little joker to come into this world when he did, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, he came in looking at me, like, yeah, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying?
Like, look, don't think that you were not forgotten about. You got a special gift wrap with your name on it.
Especially
right here.
Wrap. And let me tell you, it has helped my mentoring.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
You know what I mean? But it also scares me at times too, because now, you find yourself worrying about things that you didn't worry about. Oh, like you got a 10-year-old, so you gotta worry about your son just coming home at night.
Who you telling? Yeah. Oh, look. And then now he's outside with the boys, in front of the house. And so you think about that part. I got to show him that it's guns in the house and what you're supposed to do with these things. And, we at the basketball games, and I had to have those conversations because he's very animated. I said, you got to be ready. We might have to throw some of them things because if you, somebody else going to say something back to you. You ain't the only one that can buck up like that. So you got to, I'm here, but you got to stand tall too, And we have those conversations, because you got to think like that. Hey, look, I got shot at 14. I was on my 13, and he goes with me to speaking engagements. We adopted a school out here, this high school called Mission High School, and all of the students are recovering addicts.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we adopted the school. I won't S.T.A.R.V.E Academy. We adopted the school. Now I'm a part of the board. So he's there with me while I'm with these kids. You know what I'm saying? That's going through from all walks of life. Mm-hmm. And so he hear. I was a keynote speaker at the graduation. He's there when we're talking about this, because so they don't like what our parents didn't. A lot of in the generation, some parents did, but most parents didn't tell us everything. Mm-hmm. They know everything. I'm like, you're not going to get it misconstrued not one bit about who your father was and what's going on. So, because I don't want them to figure it out in the street.
Nah.
I don't want nobody in the street to tell them something I should have told them.
Right.
To teach them something I should have taught them. To give them something I should have gave them. Right. They have something to try to offer, but it damn sure ain't going to be something that I could have gave them. Because anything I could have gave you, you're going to get it from me first.
Exactly.
And that's the difference, that I've seen. Like, we can't stop things from happening. Stuff happens that we but our job is to do exactly that. Our job, whatever we supposed to be giving our kids, they should get it from us. They shouldn't have to learn about sex from the street. They shouldn't have to learn about the dangers of life from the street. They shouldn't have to learn about the goodness of life from the street. Because when you get that information from those people, that changes their life. Right. Your first in anything, you never forget.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So your first person to put you on to getting on a plane, I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? The first person to show you this important in life, it needs to be me. that first person to put their hand on your ass need to be me.
Yeah.
Somebody else out there.
Right.
I'm doing it so it don't happen out there, not there. So it's a special situation, but I wouldn't change it for the world, man, because I needed it when I got it. When mine came, my daughter came, I needed it because I was ready to go and do some other. At 27 years old, man, I was still in the still ready, still 1,000% ready, and just look at her like, yeah. My son came. He's my barometer, man. 10 years ago, I got my car repossessed. I was working 8,000 an hour at the Hampton Inn on Clemson Road. 2013 when he came in this world. So, like, to see him, that's my measuring stick. I'm like, hey, I'm just fine because he all right, I'm all right. So, you know, I definitely, hey, man, I never congratulated you when your son came in personally. I know I sent something on social media, but congratulations to you.
Thank you, man.
Fatherhood looks great on you, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Hey, bro, I love it, man. I wish I would have did it sooner.
It was right on time, man. It was right on time. I said that with my son because they 5 years apart, but I needed him, man. I needed him at that time. I was going through so much hell 10 years ago. I remember them taking my car the day he came from the hospital, bro.
Wow.
Literally that night. I remember going down there. You know how when they come to repost my car, they come with the guns because they don't know what you're going to do.
They ready.
And I'm walking out there by myself, and the dude, like, I remember the next day I went because I said, I just want my son's stuff, and they can see it in my face. The guy said the next day I went there, he said, you the guy. He said, they came in talking about you. He said, we didn't know what this guy was going to do because they were expecting me to flip out. Right. Only way you would have got a problem out of me if I couldn't get my son things out of that car. Right. I did not care about anything else. The guy literally was like, hey, man, we can try to work something out with you. Like the next day, I said, nah, keep the car. He's like, because they didn't know how to take me.
Right.
All I cared about was that boy. And I looked at my car 5 days later, another car.
Right.
Better. But it was just like the love of that boy.
Yeah.
Kid, like, look, I can get through whatever, man. I can get through whatever. I'm going to make sure he all right. And I almost lost him at birth. So that was another thing. He came he came out, you know, unresponsive. So, and he was in NICU for almost a week. So at the end of the day, like, my son with all them tubes in him, all that other stuff going on, I'm not thinking about none of this stuff. I'm happy to see him.
Exactly.
Still to this day, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I can't wait to get back to him and my daughter. And like it's nothing like being a parent, man. And we do what we do for them indirectly. They don't understand it. Like you raising your son around these kids, helping with the understanding that they're gonna say, that's Tuck's son.
Yeah.
Oh nah, leave him alone. That's Tuck's son. You know what he did for me?
Yeah.
That's what we do it for.
Exactly.
We gotta pay it forward, man.
You know, building that bridge for them.
Oh my God. That's talking that bridge, you college, man. We both HBCU graduates. And I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to close with this. With everything that happened with the federal government and with the affirmative action and all this stuff right here. How important, two-part question, how important is it for Black kids to start back prioritizing HBCUs? And then on the second side of the question, how important is it for HBCUs to get their act together to be able to receive the best and brightest of us that come to the school?
Well, I think it's a two-part relationship, man. You know what I'm saying? For us, by us, man.
Yeah.
Really is to kind of be the outcry here. You know what I'm saying? Because, not calling white people, like not trying to call them out because we know some phenomenal white folk.
Yes, of course.
Individuals who really don't see color like that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But there are some of us who hate on us.
Yeah.
Right. And but then you will always have people that will show you how much or how little they value you, right? And I feel like this: we have so many people that come from historical Black colleges that are doing some phenomenal things in life, right? Running their own business, man. Governors, doctors, lawyers, senators. You know what I'm saying? You name it, man. People running, man. People running the country that came from historical Black colleges, right? People, guys playing, guys playing, football, basketball, stuff like that, right? Went to, coming from historical Black colleges, right? We have shown you that no matter where you're from, you can be successful, right? Like that is out there, right? My first job when I finished grad school was, working in Washington, D.C., of course. Working for the federal government. The guy who had an office right next to me had the exact same job that I had. My man, right, got his degree from Michigan University. We was making the same amount of money. You see what I'm saying? My thing is this right here. Kids have to be shown how special these historical Black colleges are by us. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't go to these schools, right? And really expect these kids to actually know how important these schools really are. We have to make sure that we teach these schools, well, not only these schools, but these teachers, right? Because when I go into a school right now, right, and I can ask a teacher, how do you feel about your kids going to historical Black colleges? That teacher may have went to Winthrop University.
Mm-hmm.
That teacher may have went to Wofford University.
Yeah.
Army University. They ain't telling that, man. They're not telling those Black kids about historical Black colleges. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Right. So we as the community, right? The elder statesmen, we have to get back into these schools, these neighborhoods, to inform these kids, first of all, that you are college material. One, you are college material, right? You have what it takes, right? It don't matter if you got a C average right now, you still can go to college.
Yeah.
Right? That has to be informed first. Then two, take them on college tours. You know what I'm saying? Because grandma might not have no money to drive to Orangeburg.
Mm-hmm.
Like grandma might not have no money to drive to Jackson State, right? Grandma might not have no money to drive to Howard. You know what I'm saying? So if we have the resources, let's come together, right? Let's get a bus, right, a van, and let's pack these kids on there and let's take them to their future.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, the institutions have to do a better job with admissions. Because they suck in admissions, right? People calling, right? Not getting a call back, right? Parents don't know the status, of their babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no letters being given out, right? There's no response to no emails, right? So they have to keep calling just to kind of get get an update on what's the status of their child. Nobody wants to go through that when you can call Winthrop, right, and Winthrop get you in that day, right? With no
get your transcript. Hey, when you graduate, you get your transcript. You got to go through.
You got the room and everything in one day.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And look, I trip off of that all the time because we both graduated from HBCUs, and then my kids, my wife again, graduated from HBCU, and I think about the same thing. I know we had two different experiences. Her having parents that went to school, they went to HBCU as well, And I not having parents that went to school, I was taking I was taking for a long ride, man.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
taking for a long ride, man. And so I still I'm a little bitter, but
Yeah.
I just think that we on the flip side, like you said, the admissions, you're absolutely right. Some of that stuff is still, we went to school 20 something years ago, and it's still the same, it's still crazy.
Still crazy. It's still crazy. How is it?
So that troubles me. But then, you know, it's like when now that we're professionals, and I'm not even gonna say, but I know I went to a certain school and I went and I'm like, hey, here's my services. Mm-hmm. And I'm not asking for $1. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to one school and saying, look, I got a program teaching these babies about entrepreneurship. They come for free. Mm-hmm. And they said, all right, well, we'll see what we can do. All right, and then never get back. Then I had another school directly across the street from that school said, what do you need from me? I will bring my kid, I will bring the kids, I would do this, I would do that. And so this, and that's where we got to get past this. Like, we don't, we spend money on somebody coming to there to perform.
Right.
You know, or for politics or all that other nonsense. But we have to invest in our students. Like, we can't keep saying, oh, well, we don't have a stadium, or we can't keep saying we don't have enough money for scouts. Well, go get it.
Well, go get it.
Go get it. If that's what it is, because our babies now, they can't go to Harvard like they is in the next few years. It's going to be harder.
It's going to be street.
And the other schools are going to, you know, once it happened to one, they open the floodgates. So it's going to be Princeton. It's going to be this, NYU, all those schools, Berkeley, everybody, everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and so why aren't we stepping it up and making ready?
Right.
Because I get it, it's a business, right? So, but I run a business, and so I make ready for the business that I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do what I'm doing now, so I'm not going to just do it out of my house. I'm going to go get an office, right?
Right.
Because I want to be, you know, if somebody come in, everybody can't come to your house, so I want to make ready for that. I want to have a refrigerator over there. I want to have this. I want to have everything so that when this happens, we can do it. We got more than enough students that want to come to school. So why don't we make the investment into, you know, into our future? Because now we're on the other side from alumni, from, you know, from the top. Like, why don't we make, I'm glad when I go back to my school, it doesn't look like it looked when I was there. So it's some progress. A lot of progress. Hey, I said my student loans working. But look, bro, I ate lunch for free plenty of days.
Oh, man.
I'm paying for this.
Yeah.
y'all eating off me. So my office is downtown. I used to pull up.
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm eating lunch over here. Because y'all got different selections. Y'all got Chinese food in.
They good up there right now, dog.
Oh my God. We used to have couple days old chicken.
Man, rice used to be 4 days old in that junk, bro. You best get that real, man.
Oh my God, man. So, you know, and then look, then we had the nerve to eat it, keep going back for it, right?
Campus life.
Campus life, man. But yeah, man, look, S.T.A.R.V.E. talk. Stand tall and reclaim victory every day. What that mean to you, man? That acronym right there. What does that mean to you?
Man, just perseverance, man. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance, never giving up. You know what I'm saying? Never settling. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, more importantly, man, to having a purpose. You know what I'm saying? But whenever we talk about, you know what I'm saying, star, man, standing tall at the same time, man, like when I was a janitor for Dutchburg High School, man, and my principal came to me that day, man, that Thursday night, they was about to have a big game, and they asked me to buff the floors, the basketball gym that night. And I stayed late to actually do it. And the guy, man, Dr. Witt, man, came to me one night, man, asked me, hey, man, what are you doing here? And I was like, hey, man, it's my shift. Like, you know, what you mean? Like, you asked me to buff and wax the floor for the game tonight. But then he turned around and said, no. What are you doing here? Like, why are you 20 24 years old, and why are you my lead janitor? Like, why aren't you in college somewhere? And my response to him was that I was told that I was not college material. But I was doing such a great job where I was, that my man was like, hey man, first of all, you the lead janitor here when you're 24 years old. And you don't need to be here. You need to be somewhere in college, because no matter how low you are, your character still has to remain high.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's watching you.
Yeah.
Man had been watching me for 4 years. Bro, I was a janitor for 4 years, working my tail off, never complaining. You know what I'm saying? Loving my job. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that I could do better. But I was standing tall where I was, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, you just never know how impactful you are just by where you're standing at, man. People are watching where you're standing at right now, saying, hey, this guy deserves more than what he's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think just, what I'm saying, by that, man, just, you can, when you got appreciation for what, what you've been through, I mean, that's just going to help where you're going.
Yeah. And that's amazing, man. I always tell people, part of my testimony, I say, I never been fired from a job. You know what I mean? So that means so much. Like when I hear another brother say the same thing, because I always tell, like, people want to be business owners. I say, you can't be a bullshit employee and think you're going to go and be a perfect boss. Like that it don't work that way. You know what I mean? It don't work that way. Like, it got to show up somewhere. Like, I left the jobs I left. I didn't, and they wasn't happy to see me go, even though it wasn't great jobs, because I couldn't work a good job. But you put in the work. I was always the first one there, last one to leave, even when I cleaned the hotel. Like, so it's the same situation. It makes perfect sense. Like, why, we supposed to get that, because you earned the right to do it for yourself. You earned the right to do it at a certain level. It ain't just given. You know what I'm saying? Like, you earned that. And I'm proud of that, man. And definitely proud of you, bro. Like I said, when I said, yeah, we got to have that conversation, man. People, it's that time, man.
I appreciate you. You giving me the platform, man. Just the wisdom, man, that you have given me for so many years, man. And just by being an example, dog. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, a lot of cats can't walk it how they talk.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for not being that type of dude, man. You took it west on us. But thankfully, what I'm saying, with the social media, man, and by you being so transparent with everything, man, you still feel like you in the house with us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still a resident. I still have my property there. That's home, man. That's home. I'm the funny thing is, I tell people all the time when I'm doing business, what I've learned in South Carolina, it's like it put me on the map here.
Right.
I literally stand in a space by myself here from what I learned there. I promise you, when I stepped in the door and they talking about in the realm of government contracting, I look at people like, y'all don't know this? And I learned it in South Carolina. Or y'all don't have this DEI situation set up, and they got it set up in South Carolina. Or you don't have supply diversity situations that I was a part of creating in South Carolina. You don't have it here, where there's 150,000 people where we lived, and there's 1 million people here.
Wow.
And so I can never say anything about, I know I needed to step away, but it's home, man, because that's where the platform was created. The platform created there, man. And I show and prove all the time, like, and I always never hesitate to say, hey, this is what we were able to do here. And that's why, in my office, you see my top 20 under 40, South Carolina, everything, Carolina panorama.
Oh yeah.
That was the platform, trying to figure it out there, figured it out. And now we pushing it all over the West Coast and other places, but that's the home, man. That's the foundation, for real, for real.
I love it, man. You are a testament to what perseverance really is, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, you never gave up. And man, what I love was, man, you took your family with you.
Yeah, hey man, that's what I got. That's all I got, man.
Big boy, that's big. A lot of folks would have took that back and ran, you know.
Yeah, nah, it's that's all I have is my family. People say what you want to do later on. I say I want to be a grandfather. You know,
Facts.
that's my goal in life is to be a grandfather.
Yeah, dog,
Because
that's big.
I understand the calling. I understand what I am. I'm not here to try to be J.P. Rockefeller. I'm not trying to be all of that. J.P. Morgan or John D. Rockefeller. I'm not here for that because my family has come from so much adversity, generations upon generations. My family got from the '60s on the welfare system.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? To where now my son is the first of my family of Washingtons to go to private school.
Wow.
Being paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first in my family. I was the first to go to college. Like, so it's about changing the narratives. So my job is to put them in position to go as far as they can go. And my job is to help them. So I want to be a grandparent. I can't wait to be able to babysit my grandkids so my kids can go out and take over the world. I look forward to that. So freedom over finance has always been me because with actual freedom, real freedom, the finances have come for me. You know what I mean? By me creating freedom, by me having the time to be with my kids whenever, that helped me out tremendously. And I'm stuck on them and they stuck on me. So that's what I want to be when I grow up, man.
Listen, man, you're not a bad person to be stuck to.
Hey, man, listen, speaking of that, let everybody know how to find the Tuck Project. They want to donate, support. Hey, we got to get you out here, man. As I told you, with the school I got out here, and I'm going to be, we're going to be getting some other ones. I would like for you to come out and
bro, talk. I love to fly. So, you know what I mean?
No, we're going to make that happen for real, man, because these babies, they need it. And they have an amazing program that they created out here. It's the first of its kind. And all I can think of is how we can, piggyback and do it back home and in different places, man, to create an all high school that's catered to teenagers that's recovering addicts. And to help these babies to do something, man, I just fell in love from day one. And they got, and I said, yo, they up underneath the wing. You know what I mean? So it's time to love on them double time now, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome what you're doing, man. But you already know, man, you God's favorite son, man. Just say Tuck Project, man. You can follow me on the social media, platforms. The Tuck Project, we on the gram, we on TikTok. You can follow me on Facebook, Terrance Tucker, or you can follow me on TikTok, Tuck Project as well. We on LinkedIn, Terrance Tucker. And you can also go to my website, tuckproject.org. tuckproject.org. And hit me up, man. We're available. We travel. We just looking for a reason to make an impact, man. And that's all we try.
Most definitely. Listen, y'all, I told y'all this was going to be super exclusive as always, man. And it was just like kicking it with my brother for an hour. So that was always good too. Yeah. That's always a good situation, man. Y'all know how to stay in contact with us. IWon'tStarve.com on all platforms. You can follow me personally. I am Jay Halim on all platforms. And listen, stay up. Go to the YouTube page at S.T.A.R.V.E Talk and subscribe. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell. So when we put this dope interview out, you need to be the first one to get it. And check out the clips that we doing. Check out the latest interviews that we got out right now. Hey, Tuck, keep it 100, bro. Love you, man. Be safe, man. Thank you so much.